Oh, welcome back. Welcome back. It's been a while. So, spring has finally sprung. It's like 40 degrees outside. We still have some snow and ice. Hi, Ben. But today we're gonna actually look at a couple things. Oh my God, you can't even really see the car. We're gonna look at a couple things that I actually got with the car. As you know, both of these cars that I got, the two Evos that I got a couple weeks ago, they are a little beat up and they do need some help. Like, look at this here. Like, weather stripping, cancer on the roof. Yeah, it definitely needs everything, all types of care here. But one of the things that I want to kind of look at is let's look underneath the hood, because I've been telling people about this, and yeah, I want to give you guys a shot here. So I don't know if you guys can kind of see. I know it's really difficult to see down there. Oh, you can see. See, the block is green. So somebody painted that block green. All right. So my thing is that I think that this motor was actually out. The previous owner did tell me it had a built motor, but I didn't, I was, you kind of get skeptical. There's no paperwork, no nothing like that. So you really get skeptical. So I don't know exactly what's in the car, but all I know is that this is green. So nobody would take that and take everything off just to paint that. And it looks like the head is fairly in really good condition. It doesn't, you know what I mean? There's no craziness here. The valve cover was powder coated. Looks like they did a really good job. So obviously you can tell there is absolutely no transmission here. So yeah, let's go around to the back. You can see the door. You see, oh, Jesus. But all right, so let's go around to the back and see what we got in the trunk. I didn't want to take everything out of here. So we have the ASD transfer case. We have the exhaust. This is a typical bin. Oh, let me get over here so you can kind of see some of this stuff. All right, typical bin that you see in like some Evos. Looks like an intake, blow-off valve, both axles, and this is the pressure plate and clutch, which I'm going to show you something real quick. This is why I bought this car, because the owner told me that something was going on with the trans, and I didn't know what until I actually looked at this. So can you see inside as soon as this thing focuses here? All right, so I know it's really hard to kind of tell, but if you can see in there, there's supposed to be splines there, and this thing is cracked. So I don't know what the previous owner was doing with this or what happened, but there is 0 splines left. That's why we got a new trans. So got a JL sub in here. What else? Upper intercooler pipe. I think it's got, I don't know, I think this is, yeah, this is it right here. So this is the input shaft, the end of the input shaft. As you can tell, there's barely any splines on there towards the very end, but the rest of the sprocket looks pretty decent as far as I can tell. Just the splines for the input shaft is really bad. So there we go. Splines for the input shaft is really bad, but it is what it is. That's all the stuff besides starter, a couple other things, miscellaneous stuff in here. Try to get the car running. So that stuff is pretty normal. Like, looking inside the car, we do have the rear seat's got a rip in it, which definitely we got to attend to that, and a rip up here, got to do something with that. But this is a good one here. We do have a, let's see, come on, come on. All right, brand new clutch and a flywheel back there. So got that with the car. That was a big plus. Helps out the cost of the car, that's for sure. So that's going to the side. And let's look in the front. Now this is something I'm super excited about, something I always wanted. This is the I don't know what you want to call it. It's called a orbital, and what it does is it used to have a radio up here, and then the HVAC controls right underneath of it. And this used to be a little cubby hole for like glasses or whatever the case is, but they moved it down here. So this right here, that's going in my car. I love this here, and surprisingly we got this. this is pretty cool. Carbon fiber armrest, and surprisingly enough, we got that in both cars. So one of them's gonna stay, one of them's gonna go, or I might just get 2 OEM ones and call it a day and just hold on to it. But the seats need some help. I don't know if I'm gonna really do a refresh, or I'm gonna buy new seats, or I don't know exactly what I'm gonna do. But all I know is that like these things need some help. So I'm gonna see what I can kind of do with that. So let's get this. One thing that I did notice with both cars is that neither car has AC, which I know is a big problem for some it might not be an issue, but as of right now, I don't really use the AC as much as some people, so I just crack my windows, and luckily with this car, it has a sunroof, so it's really good. But let's wrap this up with this car. Let's close this up and let's go over to the other car. Let's see what we got in there. All right, people, rolling up to the backyard here. I have my car outside because I have a couple things over here put on the bench so I can show you. But with this car, all right, we got a set of XXR wheels. I think except for this one, every wheel is missing like a stud or something like that, probably broken stud or whatever. But man, oh man, look at these Brembos. Typical for every Evo, so definitely gonna have to do something about that. Car is in actually pretty decent shape, besides like a couple paint chips and stuff like that. The bumper needs a little help, but yeah, can clean up these headlights and stuff. But let's look underneath the hood. Boy, so complete opposite of the black car. So we actually have the trans and the transfer case still intact. They're actually not, like, they're bolted to some degree anyway, but no motor, as you can kind of tell. It's definitely dusty as all hell. It's a North Carolina car, so there's not it doesn't look like it's got a whole lot of like crazy rust, maybe just a couple surface things, so not nothing terrible, but everything that we can kind of clean up. So the car on its own underneath here looks really well. As you can tell, there's no distribution block for the AC, so this one has no AC either. So I don't know what I'm going to do about AC with this car. So I plan on fixing both of these cars up and driving them for at least a little bit, because typically what I try to do is hold on the cars until I'm ready to kind of sell. But it's been more and more often that I just get rid of them because I want something else. But the back of the car looks pretty damn good. You know, like I said before, it's got some super crazy exhausts on these things. This one is, I can't actually tell. It has a name on the side of it. I can't really tell. But yeah, let's pop the trunk, see what we got here. Just your typical stuff, everything that came with the car: intake manifold, you know, like water pump and stuff like that, you know, nuts and bolts in this box, alternator, so, you know, like all the normal stuff. But here I see something really nice. It is a AM water meth gauge, water meth system. So we got a water meth kit in this, so which is pretty nice, you know what I mean? I don't know how it's controlled because I never had, and I've always had a different brand of methanol, so which is pretty cool. So we'll test that out. But let's go inside and let's see what we got, the bigger items from both these cars. So all right, starting on the table, we got a valve cover. We got 2 valve covers. Yeah, and look at this head. This head is fresh. When I say fresh, I mean just came from the machine shop. There's like no oil on it besides the valve cover stuff. So this is it's pretty much a brand new head. It doesn't look like it's got oversized valves or anything like that. So I'm gonna hold on to that for at least a little bit. The Big Daddy here, a 4G63 block, and it looks like it came out of the silver car. The reason why I say that is when we picked up the silver car, like it had an O-ring, it's O-ring block. So I don't really know too much about it. All I know is it's for better sealing. Obviously it looks like ass right now just because it's been out in my garage and like there's a lot of moisture in here and stuff like that. So this is what came out of it. I have 3 of these. I don't know if I can find the other one. It's probably in the rubble in the trunk somewhere. So I have 3 of these pistons and rods. So what you're looking at here is a set of Manley I-beams. and these are supposed to be super duper strong. So from what I saw, the when we bought the car, the owner showed me that one of the pistons had melted. So it wasn't a thing of a failure, it was more in the tuning. So I plan on building this. I don't know if I'm gonna put that in that car, the silver car, or if I'm gonna hold on to it. Like, I know I'm saying I'm gonna hold on to a bunch of stuff, but it's just easier. Like, I do have a built block on the stand, just sitting over there in the corner. But I will be having the machine shop and my tuner actually look at this one. The difference between this one and the one that's over there on the corner is that I want to have this one built by my tuner. My tuner has done all of my cars. I had an actual machine shop do that motor. Nothing wrong with it, as far as I can tell. And but I want to have all my motors built by the same person so that he knows exactly what they'll handle and what they'll do. So yeah, I have that. I don't know if I'm going to use this. This came with the car too. It is a I'm 95% sure it's a OEM crank. The reason why I say that is because it does have wear and tear. It does have a couple things that do distinguish from aftermarket, obviously, but you can tell in here there are really tough grooves. So I don't know if I'm gonna really use this. I have a really big problem using machine cranks, so it really is like an issue with me. So I don't know if I'm gonna really use that. So if anybody needs that, like, they can probably just take it. So what else did I get? OEM intercooler, 2 OEM coil covers. I have what looks like, I don't know if it really is, an Exetti flywheel. So by the state of it, I'm definitely gonna have to get this resurfaced, which should be no problem. Just take it to a machine shop, they'll have it, no problem. With something I haven't seen in a very long time. It's a Dijon air intake, which I haven't seen in a very long time. The thing that's crazy to me is if you look at this inlet here, that's a 4-inch inlet. So somebody had this on a big turbo. It must have been a big turbo on that silver car. So yeah, I don't know about using that. So everything else is like just, you know, normal typical hoses, stuff like that, and, you know, like another water pump. I don't know what this drive shaft is for. It's definitely not for either of the Evos, because like they don't take a drive shaft like that. And 2 of the main things, which you've probably seen already, is a something I got from the black car, which I'll definitely be holding on to, is the brand new in box Evo 8, 9 transmission, whatever. So it doesn't have a speck of dust on it. It probably won't have a speck of dust on it. So it's just gonna be over here at least for a while until I figure out what I'm gonna do with it. I will be looking for a another transmission for the black car, because I'm not gonna put that transmission in. It's brand new. And lastly, I have this, something that I've always wanted for one of my cars, but I've always just passed up on it. It's a Tomei. It's like an exhaust shield or whatnot, and this thing is in immaculate shape. It looks so good. I've never actually had one, but this thing is beautiful. So I plan on holding on to that. If I ever go back to a stock turbo or stock appearing turbo, because the FP Black is looking really nice, you know, I'll hold on to that. But as of right now, that's everything I got for both cars. Well, most of the things I got for both cars. I don't know exactly what I'm going to do as far as putting a motor in the silver car. I might just go out and buy a motor for it, just so I don't have to get one built. It's a lengthy process to get it built. So I might just, like, you know, go out there, buy a stock block and, you know, Evo 9 turbo or something like that, or FP Red or something small, and just go have fun with the silver car. Because the silver car, all I got to do is just drop a block in it, and it's good to go. But if I wanted to, I would need to build a block, put it all together, do all that nonsense. So I don't know exactly which way I'm going to go with it, but I do want to drive it, because then I can just beat the crap out of it and really not have too much of a you know, problem. But anyway, but that's neither here nor there. So my issue right now is that I can't do anything until I start working on the GTR. The wife says, don't touch either one of those cars because you have so much work to do on the GTR. So yeah, it's just been chilling underneath here. Whew. Boy, look at that. So beautiful, so beautiful. It's just been sitting here. It's so nice. But yeah, if you haven't been following the channel, I do have a bunch of parts for it. I do have side skirts extensions for it. I do have a front mount intercooler for it. I do have a front pipe, equal length front pipe that I want to put on it. Gives it that nice GTR sound that it should sound like. And I have an oil relocation kit, and the first thing I'm going to probably do is the oil relocation kit, just because it's a pain in the ass to do an oil change on these things. So instead of trying to bruise up my hand and my arm trying to get down underneath there, I'm just going to do that. But yeah, I don't know, but I'm going to try to enjoy some of today. I'm going to try to put all these parts away until I'm ready to actually start working on them, and we'll just go from there. So keep it locked to the channel, because I plan on having a bunch of content on what I plan on doing. Like, it's gonna take a while for these cars to get back on the road, but so yeah, just follow the channel. I'll see you on the next one. Deuces.